All right, well, my name is Nicole Desiato. I'm responsible for all professional development and media training. And I do a lot for the practice of statistics because, like I said, it has a super comprehensive teacher program that's actually the basis going forward for our newer editions that we have coming out. All right, so now we're going to take a look at the book companion site. The book companion site you'll want to log on to. You should have received access via email. You log in here. Okay, so we're in. So we're kind of going to go through tab by tab. The first tab is the home page, and this is where all of the free and open resources are for that. And by free and open resources, we really mean student resources. So your students don't need an access code or anything. They can just go on to bcs.whfreeman.com/tps5e, and then they can create an account. The only thing that they will need is they'll need your email address. So as they're creating an account, they put in their instructor email address and it'll link them to you. So the entire book companion site is going to be organized in two ways. You can browse by chapter and browse by category. It works out really well when I'm demoing because instead of going through each chapter and showing you everything, we can just go through each category. But to make sure your students know that they can, go to chapter 1, take the online quiz, look at all the videos and stuff like that. So the online quizzes are much, these are more about retention. They're not AP style. It's more something that a student should do at home before a test, just to kind of test themselves. Some teachers don't even assign them. They just kind of give the expectation that students should be doing them. Yeah, as you can see, it's a pretty short quiz, but definitely worth their time if they want to just test their understanding. All right, so we'll go back home. The thing that they're going to be looking at the most, I think, are the 3 different types of videos. So there's the worked example videos, and these are the videos like embedded within the chapter. It goes by page number and just streams from the site right here. So as you can see, this one says TPS intro page 3 example. So it's pretty simple for them to find it as they're going through, but you might want to kind of train them in how to look for it. You can either go by chapter or just to worked example videos, chapter 1. We also have the technology corner videos, which are the ones that kind of walk through either a graphing calculator or, what other technology that you'll be using in the classroom. And it's the same way. Page number is at the end. The worked exercise videos are for the exercises at the end. It's kind of, there's not as many of these. Most of them actually link back to the worked example video, but there are still a lot for a few different types of exercises within the book. There's statistical applets here, which they can take a look through. Data sets. Errata is any mistakes that we found after the book has been published. I actually don't know if there's any, but any mistakes that you find, check the errata, and it might have been corrected. And then Frappy student samples. It's a zip file that the students will need to download. Everything's pretty quick. But let them know, that they can download this either at home or onto their school device or, however you guys work it. It pulls it up for each chapter. You can take a look through. That's pretty much everything that's student-facing. And like I said, they can go through chapter by chapter or by category. When you're going through the book, I think it's easier to go by chapter, but, maybe when you're demoing it, you can go through by category and just let them know where everything is. Unfortunately, there's no search. You just kind of have to click through. The Adopted Resources tab, that's for you. This is all the instructor stuff that is housed on the book companion site. All of this will also be found in the teacher resource flash drive. We put it both places. It's the same type of organization. You can browse through by chapter or by category. And this is going to involve a lot of downloading. I'm not going to download everything, but you can go through, for example, the PD videos. Click Getting Started. It's a full zip file, so it does take a little bit longer, so I'm not going to start the download now. So I would kind of be aware of it and do it ahead of time, just because I'm not, they can be, especially the video files can be pretty big. So the reason that we put it on the book companion site is because when it needs to be housed online somewhere so that you can link to it from our Adapt Text Teacher's Edition ebook. If you're sitting on your desktop, you'll probably be using it from your book companion site, but if you're on your iPad or tablet on Adapt Text, you can just click right over onto the website. So there's worked solutions for each chapter, the teacher resource handouts, Frappy. So these are all the teacher-facing ones that you can assign in class. Tests and quizzes per chapter. PowerPoint slides, image JPEGs in case there's any graphs or anything like that that you want to use in your classroom. Activity overview videos. There's a lot of activities within the book, and these are just kind of a 2 or 3 minute video, how to do the activity effectively in your classroom. Teacher's errata is the same thing. Any, typos or stuff like that that we may have found is posted on here. On the flash drive, it's not going to be updated as much, so if you are checking errata, I would do it on the book companion site because this is a live website, so we can update it. The ebook page, so there's a couple different versions of the ebook for the practice of statistics. There's an ebook to go, an ebook, and Adapt Text. It actually links out to another site, the site where you can download the ebook or where you can log into the online version. So even though it says download, it'll still require you to put an access code in. The scorecard, there is a pretty basic grade book, so you can see an overview of any of the quizzes that your students have taken. But you can see, you can select by quizzes, and then you can print them out. I don't think you can export the results, but you can copy and paste it into whatever gradebook program you use. The last tab is Instructor Resources. You can ignore this tab as well. So the reason for this tab is it's kind of we're actually renaming it to be samples. When a district is reviewing the practice of statistics and wants to see a sample chapter of all of our teacher resource materials, we give them access to this tab only instead of the full adopted resources tab, since that's where all of our premium materials are. So this is going to be renamed sample resources very shortly, and you can completely ignore it. Kind of a basic overview of where everything is on the book companion site. You're going to be spending the most time under adopted resources, the second tab. And I would just start kind of going through either by chapter or by category just to see where everything is. We didn't want anything too bulky or anything else that you guys would have to carry, because there's a lot of stuff that we want to give you.